Hello, people. Welcome back to First Class GP. Do you know what your teacher means when they tell you need to improve on your vocabulary? A lot of you think that when you're told to improve on your vocabulary, you have to use very bombastic, colorful words. But that's not always the case. I'm going to teach you one very simple technique in improving your vocabulary, and that involves just using words, not avoiding words that are overly simplistic, right? So these are what we call vague verbs. Let me show you here. What are vague verbs? Vague verbs are basically verbs that are very simplistic. Okay? They can be used for any situation. Practically every sentence, you can use a vague verb. Now, there are 6 words that you should try to avoid. I'm not saying you shouldn't use them at all, but you should reduce the frequency of using them. Okay, reduce your reliance on them. What are some of these verbs? Make, let, have, allow, cause, and do. Maybe I will leave out cause for now. I don't think a lot of people use this word indiscriminately. So let's just reduce to 5 for now. Now this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. They are very, very easy to be applied, but they are often wrong. So when you use these words, they tend to result in what we call expression errors. So I will show you how they look like. Now these are actual examples that I've picked from students, okay? Have a look here. The purpose of this attraction is to inculcate social awareness by allowing the students to know the consequence of, okay, technically it's consequences of wasting food. How do we change this? Okay, you see, allowing students to know the consequences, you don't see anything wrong with that. Grammatically, nothing wrong. But when you use this word, allowing them to know, you actually have a better way of expressing this. What they are really saying, this student is really saying, by educating the students on the consequences of wasting food. You see that? Now, educate is not a difficult word, right? I bet all of you know this word. But why is it that, you know, we don't think of this word? Now, this is because a lot of us, we are too lazy to think of the right word to use. Okay, we just use whatever word the first word that comes to our mind. Okay, allowing them to know. Okay, just that results in very non-standard sort of expression. Now, have a look at these examples over here. Yeah, I'm gonna let you have a look at them first before we go into them. Okay, think about how you can correct these errors. So we can all do our part to save the planet by doing the correct action. Students will be able to understand the cruelty done to animals. Teachers have to arrange worksheets that they can get from students. Elderly people today have more benefits as compared to the elderly in the past, such as having the ability to afford better healthcare with the governmental support and having the wisdom to face challenges as compared to the young. It's a long sentence, but you can see having. The word have has been used like 3 times in a sentence. If the parents get obese, the children may get it too. He met more people who wanted to join him, so he let them follow. And the last one, number 8, to let senior citizens receive treatments, our government has provided every senior citizen with subsidies for healthcare services. Okay, so let's look at how we can correct them. Okay, hopefully by now you have some ideas. I'm gonna park some answers here. Okay, possible ways to rewrite these sentences so that they are more correct. They're more standard expressions. The word doing, we can all do our part to say that by doing the correct action. Okay, now all that by doing the correct action, you don't do an action. By what word do you think will be useful? Undertaking the correct actions. By even this entire phrase, by doing the right things. That's okay, doing the right thing. You don't do an action. If you do want to use the word action by taking the appropriate, okay, you can take actions, or you can even take steps, taking the appropriate steps. Let's look at number 3. Students would be able to understand the cruelty done to animals. You don't do cruelty to animals. You inflict cruelty on animals. But the past participle of inflict will be inflicted. Inflict is always paired with the word on. So you gotta say the cruelty inflicted on animals. Number 4, teachers have to arrange worksheets that they get from students. Yes, they get worksheets from students. But get is so vague. Like how they get it. They collect the worksheets from students. And all right, you must have seen this. Have more benefits. They have the ability. They have the wisdom. Technically, you don't need the word have. You could use the word enjoy. They enjoy more benefits as compared to the elderly, such as having the ability and having the wisdom. Okay? Now, these benefits you don't need having because the ability is already a benefit. Okay, so just say such as the ability to afford better healthcare with governmental support and the wisdom to face challenges as compared to the young. Yeah. If parents get obese, now getting obese, you see, get, just now you saw an instance where teachers get worksheets. Here, parents get obese. You see, get is very versatile. It can be used in any situation, which makes it problematic because people start using it in every situation. We try not to use get obese here. Why don't we just say, if the parents suffer from obesity, okay, the children may too. Yeah? Okay, or you can say the children may do so too. He met more people who wanted to join him. So it's talking about a boy who is on a journey to somewhere. And along the journey, which was a long journey, people started joining this person, this boy. So he met more people who wanted to join him. So he let them follow. Let them follow. Now, so he. So okay. Anyway, this is supposed to be a he. So he. Why don't we just say welcomed them? Number 8, to let the senior citizens receive treatment, our government has provided every senior citizen with subsidies for healthcare services. Okay, the next part is perfect. But the first part, to let the senior citizens receive treatment, we can actually write better, right? To let them receive treatment, you can say to provide them with treatment. But provide has been used here. I'm going to show you another way to write it, which is pretty common in newspaper, to ensure that senior citizens, okay, to ensure senior, ensure senior citizens access to treatment, to ensure their access to treatment. So, yep, much better way of writing this, especially in an academic form of writing. So, from now on, when you are writing, okay, please, when you find yourself relying on these words, make, let, have, allow, do, okay, push yourself to think of a better word to use. This is a habit, so it takes time. Once you get used to using some other words, you will have a greater set of vocabulary to use. Okay, now that is how you improve on your vocabulary. I'll make more videos on vocabulary, so do stay tuned. I'll see you next time. Bye.